See you later, Felicia. Or bye, Felicia.
Hello everyone, welcome back to an update from your hairy godmother and husband of your hairy godmother, David. So I wanted to do a video today for multiple reasons. It's New Year's Eve, I hit 500 subscribers, so that was super fun.
Woo!
New Year's Eve also was our 1-year anniversary of marriage, so I wanted to do a little Q&A type of a thing. I want to be the voice for women that have told me that they can't believe my husband knows about my beard. They've been married for 5, 10, 20 years, and their husband does not know that they have a beard or have excess hair. And I've talked about this in a previous video just about relationships, but I wanted to bring him into this to just genuinely tell you guys that, you know, you do not have to live like that. How can the husband not know? I mean, even if the woman is hiding it, unless it's just not that severe. I mean, mine is just so severe, there is no way. I mean, even like right now, for example. Oh, it just wants to focus on the handsomeness. Like, my mustache is raging. This is growth. I mean, I don't know how that can be hidden unless you, I mean, I know how you can hide it from the world. I mean, I hid it from my friends and family, and when I came out and told them about it, they were like, I had no effing idea you had a beard. And I said, well, good, that means I was doing a good job hiding it. But in your own home, the person you sleep next to at night and are living with, it's just, this topic just comes up too often, and my heart just cannot handle knowing. I get it from my own comments of my followers on YouTube. I hear about it from my electrologists, about the women that they work on, that they've hidden this for so long, and I cannot stress enough how sad that is, how sad it makes me for you. And for your husband or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever it is. You might tell them and they would be like, why have you never told me this? Or, you know, they might not. But the point is,
You shouldn't have to go through it alone.
that's absolutely accurate. The number one thing I get asked is, how did I tell him? How did I possibly get myself to tell him? I've known this man for 22 years, so we already knew each other so well. But when we became, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend and we were dating, as you know, it's all that's in your mind. The first thing I think about is, I think David and I are starting to date. I gotta tell him about this. I just sat him down and said, I have a medical condition that gives me a beard. I mean, I didn't sugarcoat it or try to be vague. I just straight up told him the facts. Go ahead.
And I remember when she told me that, you know, she had this condition, this PCOS condition, and, you know, I didn't judge her at all. I said, oh, I'm sorry that you've had to live with this. It didn't change my feelings about her at all. You know, like she mentioned, we've known each other for so many years. Just because she has this condition doesn't mean I liked her any less at the time, or just because she has it doesn't mean I love her any less. It's just something we have to bear through together. That's what, you know, a good relationship is supposed to do. You're supposed to support each other and be there for each other. And, you know, I'm here to support her through her trials and tribulations with electrolysis treatments and you know, her days where she's upset because of this condition, because rightfully so, she does have days where she's upset and she is tired of the having a beard and things like that. And, you know, I tell her, I said, it doesn't mean anything to me. The only thing that means to me is what's in here, and that's how we get along, and that's how our relationship gets past it. And if they can't accept you for who you are just because you have a medical condition, See you later, Felicia, or bye, Felicia. Whatever the term is for you young kids these days.
Yeah, and not only does it give you the freedom of being like, I told this person about me, but then if they react negatively, it gives you the freedom of no longer having to deal with them. Something else I'm told a lot is, you're so lucky that you told him. It's not luck, it was a choice. And I'm also not lucky that he's how he is. He's how he is because of his choices. Now, if you tell your significant other, there's no guarantee of how they're going to react. There will be men that will say, got it, peace out. I've had experiences with other men and the opposite reaction was said. That's the reality of living in a world with billions of people. Not everyone is going to accept you, but also living in a world with billions of people, there's a shitload of people that are going to accept you and love you, which is the biggest heartbreaking part for me about hearing people say they can't tell their husband. Even though you are one in a Fafillion, Gillion, Badillion, men like him, they do exist. They are out there and they're wonderful. I mean, I'm 34. I turned 34 on January 17th, and I've had this since I was 15, 16, officially diagnosed when I was 17. And if you're younger at that age, there's no way I could have gotten electrolysis when I was 17 or 20 or 25 or even 30.
The electrolysis is, you know, it is expensive, but we're fortunate enough to be able to
Get it done.
Get it done. When she brought it up to me, I absolutely supported her and said, hey, yeah, let's look into some clinics. And
yeah, he's always been supportive about it all. Even the last session I went to that you guys saw the awesome footage of, I mean, he came to me with that session and wanted to watch it, and
I was fascinated by it, actually.
You would think, oh my God, it's something that I would, even if you told your husband, it's like, you'd be like, well, I would never, like hell, let him come and actually see it, because you do have to let it grow out. That's actually another question I have is,
for a few days.
So
beforehand, yeah, to make the electrolysis, make it easier
have
to find the pores and pull the hairs out.
Yeah, if it's shaved bare to your skin, they can't get it. So, but the fear, a lot of people say, I don't get electrolysis because I'm scared of having to grow it out beforehand. I'm scared of the scarring. I'm scared of telling the person I'm with that I'm getting it. So, but growing it out before it just, I don't even hesitate, because I know how he feels about it. Yeah, I'd rather not walk around the house almost with a longer beard than he has, but I do it anyways because I have to, and I'm getting electrolysis and it's part of the process. I used to not, I couldn't stand it. I would never, ever, ever let him touch my face. Ever. And I hated it because I'm a very physically intimate person. I mean, touching and even just sitting next to each other, like close to each other, I'm a very intimate person. And to be like, I don't want my own husband to touch my face, that's just stupid. But that's how severe it is. Even when he knew I had it, I still was like, don't touch it. As I started progressing with the electrolysis, or even on days before electrolysis when I would just shave, because that's what I did before electrolysis, I just shaved my face every day. I would actually ask him then to touch my face so that I could feel his hand on my face. And it made me cry. The void of that in a relationship, simply letting your husband touch your face, it's huge.
And your significant others will have to be sensitive to your own comfort level on that, which, like she said, before she started the electrolysis, I didn't touch her face, and I respected her privacy on that. Yeah, it made, some of our intimate moments more
Less intimate.
less intimate. But you know what? It's like I said, I didn't judge her, and I still don't, and I never will.
If the person you're in a relationship is a human, then they likely have their stuff too. I mean, he has stuff that I accept him for, and I'm gonna love the shit out of this man for the rest of my life. Telling him about this and going through this with him has only exponentially made our relationship grow closer, more intimate. Not that it's been some perfectly steady thing with this. My emotions are like this. But did you just aggressively nod and agree?
The honesty doesn't stop at just your partners, your significant others. You should be honest with your family members too. Be honest with your friends too, because they can also be your support net. You know, if you end up telling a significant other that you have this condition and they say, okay, well, I'm out of here, well, then you have your family and your friends to back you up.
We went back to Chicago for Christmas, and one of my sisters was like, dude, can I see your face? And I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I even told her, hold on, let's go by the window so you can get the bright sunlight to really see it, because she wanted to see the progress growth of the electrolysis. And I mean, that moment was extremely precious to me, because I'm like, I'm like, dude, I'm glad that you didn't hesitate to ask me to see this, because it's just, she was just showing her support.
The best thing I can tell you to do is to just be supportive, and be open with your partner, and let them be open with you, and you know, let them have their bad days, but be there for them, and then the good days are that much better.
Although I'm doing this electrolysis for, you know, the longevity of life, our wedding date in May is a huge pull for me to not feel the social anxiety that day above all days.
The last thing on your mind that day is wanting you to think about your facial hair.
Yeah. My hope is that I can walk down the aisle that day and not have to think about it because of the progress I've made. So a lot of progress as we continue into the new year. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.
Be sure to like and subscribe to...
Relax.